Alright, we made it to Houston late last night. Ryan put the bike together, thank goodness. How's it look?
It's working.
It's working, it's gonna work. So I can't check in until a few hours, so we're gonna check out Ironman Village and probably spend way too much money there, but our friends made it in, my mom is here. Here we go. Let's go buy some Ironman stuff.
If I won't go with you by my side, it's all that I need. Ooh, it's you inside of my head, in all of my dreams. Pack your bags, we're leaving today. What is taking you so long? Don't look back, we're on our way. Turn up our favorite song. We're going wherever the wind blows, and I'd rather ride along the way. Forget the past, we'll be okay.
All right, good morning, guys. Welcome to Texas. Welcome to Ironman Texas, y'all. There we go.
Okay, we dropped my bike off, got all checked in, got stickers on the bike, got ready to go, and now we are getting gear bags ready. So we've got bike special needs and run special needs, which I will need both of those because I'll have extra nutrition in them. We got the run gear bag and the bike gear bag. So we're gonna get these filled up, all four of these bags. I've got my wristband on, I'm ready to go. I'm so excited. I feel like I have all these like, I don't know, it's like weird emotions. I'm very excited, but I'm very nervous. And how are you feeling, spectator?
Awesome. So much fun.
It's so fun. It's so fun. So we're gonna pack these bags, and I'll try to maybe I'll do a quick overview of what's in the bags, and then we're gonna go eat. All right. So for the bike bag, I've got my helmet, my sunglasses, my shoes, and my socks. And then I've got these Clif blocks that I'm gonna try to eat one every hour. And Ryan is mixing up the Tailwind now, which will 3 will go in my bike and 3 will go in this needs bag. So I'll have 3 in here and 3 in there. Run bag has the same thing basically, except I've got salt, run shoes, and this, and I'll probably throw my headband in here too. But special needs will be extra nutrition, so this will just be extra Tailwind in water bottles and some extra Clif blocks. Woohoo! All right, well, as you can see, we did make it to Houston. We were able to check the bike in, check in, register, and get ready to go and actually race Ironman Texas on April 23rd, 2022. It was incredible. I'm gonna try to quickly go through like a race recap. First of all, the biggest event of the day, the hardest part of the entire triathlon was getting into the wetsuit. Not really, but it was a challenge. It took Ryan and Ellie both to get me in this thing. I might have bought it a little too small. Maybe I'm just not good at putting it on. But that was how I started my day, was just trying really hard to get into the wetsuit for the swim, which I think we were like half of a degree wetsuit legal. So like if it had been half a degree warmer, the water, it wouldn't have been wetsuit legal. And there's part of me, I'm just not a good open water swimmer. I don't love it. I get a lot of anxiety. I panic a lot. So there's part of me that thinks I would have actually been better off without the wetsuit, just in my kit. But we did it. Came under the time limit. I think I swam like 240 per 100, which is really slow. But I had no time goal for the swim other than just to the 220 cutoff. And I did that. I think I did it in 150 or something. So we did that. Swim was over. I felt really good to get out of the water. The swim wasn't bad, actually. It wasn't choppy. It was in a man-made lake. It was a fairly easy swim. The goal was to go slow, and that's exactly what I did. So that was the swim. The bike was really, really challenging. We knew it would be windy. I knew there would be like 20-mile-an-hour winds. We thought it would be 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but it ended up being like consistent 16 to 20-mile-an-hour winds with 30 to 35-mile-an-hour wind gust. And let me tell you, it was throwing people all over the place. I mean, I talked to multiple people on the run who have done multiple Ironman, and every one of them said that this was one of the hardest bikes they've ever done. You had half of it, half of the ride going into the headwind. Woo!
Yeah, you got it, girl. You're a rock star. You're doing so good. Go, Allie, go. You can do it. I'm so proud
you couldn't put out power. I mean, I could not go fast. It just wasn't going to happen and stay in zone 2 so I would actually be able to run. So I didn't want to overwork my legs too much on the bike so I could actually do the run, do the marathon later. Coming with the Tailwind, I could pick up a lot of speed and make up a lot of ground. I think if the wind had not been so bad, I probably could have done 16 to 18 mile an hour average. I'm really confident in that. I ended up doing like 15.6 or 15.4, something like that, which I'm still happy with, all things considered. It was a very challenging bike. But I got off the bike feeling good. No flat tires, praise the Lord. But yeah, the bike was really challenging physically. Mentally, I actually felt really good. Pretty good on the bike. There were moments in the headwind where I thought this really sucks. But for the most part, it was a generally positive experience on the bike. I enjoyed the interstate. It was fairly flat. I liked it. Moving on to the run. This is where I expected to really hit a wall and just have moments of being done with everything. And I never got to that point. I mean, I had moments of pain at about mile, let me start from the beginning. It was a 3-loop course, just over 8 miles per loop. The first loop, I had really bad shin splints. It happens to me every time. I knew it was coming and I just tried to run and walk and just get through it. And I did. So that's what the whole first loop was just mentally getting over the shin splints. Once they went away and I got some blood circulating into my legs and was able to kind of settle in, the second loop was pretty consistent running the entire time. I felt really good. I felt energetic. I was not able to eat on the run course, but I did eat a ton on the bike. So I prepared my body for the run. I was able to get a lot of calories and nutrients in on the bike, which I think is what carried me through the run. A fantastic course. There were spectators pretty much everywhere and everybody was just super energetic. The Hippie Hollow area was like the coolest thing ever. It was so fun. You just couldn't help but be happy running through there. So even when you were in pain or tired or just felt like you were done, like those people in that area, those are my people. It was incredible. Super energetic, super positive, and just really, really cool to feel that vibe running through there. So at about mile 13, I started to feel like I'm gonna finish this. And it sounds so cliche, but it really felt like anything is possible. I'm gonna finish this event. Like, I'm gonna do this thing. I asked people to pray for me. If you were tracking me on the app, you get a notification every time I cross a marker. And so every time I would cross a time marker, I knew that people were getting text messages. And so it was a reminder, like, someone's praying for me right now. And I felt that. I could definitely feel people praying for me. And it was just an incredible, really emotional, spiritual experience. About mile 18, I really started to get like some knee pain and some lower back pain. But I mean, hello, it took me 15 and a half hours to do this race. So you're talking maybe 12 hours in, and it was just 12, 13 hours in. My body was just tired. It was hurting, it was aching. I mean, I wanted to be done, but I wasn't like in a deep, dark, black hole of misery. Finished in the dark. Was able to get a headlamp in my special needs run bag, and running in the dark was pretty cool. They had different portions of the course were lit up really well. Again, the run course was incredible. I really liked everything about this Ironman course. I enjoyed the swim. It was slow and I'm a terrible open water swimmer, but the course itself was great. The bike course, I actually really enjoyed being on the interstate because it was just kind of straight shot and open. Wasn't hilly, it was flat. I liked that. And then the run course, I like a loop course. So the 3 loops, mentally I was like 1 down, 2 to go, 2 down, 1 to go. I enjoy the loops. So yeah, I enjoyed everything about all 3 of these courses, swim, bike, and run. And then finishing up, coming around the corner and hearing, like, I'm like getting emotional thinking about it. Coming around the corner and hearing them say people's names and go, "You are an Ironman," and like waiting for them to say my name. I had to stop for a second about a 1/4 mile away from the finish line and just take a deep breath and be like, I'm about to do this. I'm about to be an Ironman. And it is emotional. Oh my gosh. And so when I saw the red carpet, I saw my husband and I saw my friends and my mom, and it was just, I mean, all the spectators there cheering for you, and it is just the coolest feeling ever. And so running down that and hearing them say, "Allie Beaird, you're an Ironman," was like, oh my gosh.
Allie Beaird, all right, Allie! You are an Ironman!
But yeah, it was really great. I mean, they handed me my finisher t-shirt and my hat, and they, you know, they were like, medical there to help you, and it was just very emotional, very overwhelming. They took your picture really quick. There was a lot going on at the finish line. I will say my favorite part of the finish line, obviously hearing Allie Beaird, you are an Ironman, there was a woman volunteer whose only job was to tell you to stop your Garmin. To stop your watch, because everybody forgets that in the moment you cross the finish line. You just keep walking and you look down later and you're like, oh, I didn't stop it. And if you are a runner, you know how important it is to stop so your pace is right or whatever. But I just thought that was hilarious. It was overall a really, really great experience. I liked all 3 courses. I'll say it a million times. It was a really cool experience. Ryan says that everybody finishes and it's like, I'm not doing that again. And then a week or 2 later, they want to do it again. So right now I'm about 2 weeks out, almost 2 weeks out from finishing. The only way at this point right now in history that I would do that again is if I did it with Ryan. If we swam together and then biked together legally, because you can't draft, right? So biked together and then ran the marathon together. I think that would be really cool to finish an Ironman with your spouse together, like cross the finish line at the same time. I'm so happy that I did it, and I'm so grateful for the people that were there. I mean, I had a ton of support. My husband, first and foremost, Ryan, is like the ultimate Ironman trainer. I'm not joking. He's not probably going to want me to say this when he watches this when I edit it. If you want to do an Ironman, he's the guy to get you there. Physically trained me incredibly. I mean, developed a plan that I was able to stick to, that was possible to stick to, and it was just, I mean, obviously it got me through it, but he mentally trained me as well without me even recognizing it. And then my friends Katie and Ellie came all the way to Texas and spent the entire day chasing Ryan around and chasing me around.
We're here with all the psychopaths on the planet in one place. And Allie is one of them. She's right there.
My mom literally drove all over Texas with my bike, and with all the travel fiasco, if you saw in the last vlog, I'll put that just in the description down below, but we had a time getting to Texas. It was an ordeal. And my mom was just there for the ride, willing to do whatever to get me there. So I had a bunch of friends who trained with me. You all know who you are, and thank you so much. I just couldn't have done it without all of you. But that is my race day experience. That is my Ironman Texas 2022 race day experience. If you want to know more, send me a message. I can give you more details, but that's just kind of the overview of the day. If you have even considered doing an Ironman or a half Ironman, do it. It is so incredible. It's so much fun. It's a blast, and you have a ton of support. I promise you, it's a huge community. It's not an individual sport. It takes a lot of people to get you to your goals, but it's definitely worth it, and it is so much fun. So thank you for watching this. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Ryan and a friend of ours is actually doing the Ironman 70.3 in Chattanooga in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So we will be vlogging that. Thank you so much for watching this channel. Please subscribe so you don't miss future videos again, and we will see you in the next one.